Coming up, we'll talk Hunt the Front losing a big sponsor, plus I have thoughts on the content creator game in dirt racing. We've also got news from Anthony Perrego, Willie Croft, Seth Bergman, and more. Let's go. It's Wednesday, May 15th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is DIRTRACKR Daily presented by Kubota Genuine Parts. I've had a bunch of you guys in my audience this week ask me about the situation right now with Hunt the Front, so I thought I would touch on it today. I've had emails and DMs and comments on YouTube videos. If you aren't aware, their main sponsor posted a few days ago to Facebook that he is no longer affiliated with the team, and it's led to a lot of speculation about the team's future. I don't know all the details about why the two sides split, but just like many of you, I have read some of the comments on various social media posts. In reading that, I didn't see anything super egregious in there, which was obviously only from one side, and we'll never 100% know the full story of what went down anyway. On the Hunt the Front side, they posted a Facebook thanking the sponsor for their support and wish them luck in the future. I do think it's important to note that sometimes these things just run their course, deals don't last forever, and it can happen for all sorts of reasons. What I do know is that the Hunt the Front guys have some exciting stuff coming, and an announcement is expected in likely the next day or two. The Hunt the Front series is at Why Not Motorsports Park this weekend for 2 nights, and the 10 car with Joseph Joyner in the seat just might have a very different look coming up. Joyner is currently 4th in the Hunt the Front standings behind Brandon Overton, Chris Ferguson, and Sam Seawright. Through 5 races, he's got a win, a top 5, and 3 top 10s in series action. Overall, in 2024, Joyner has 2 wins, 6 top 5s, and 13 top 10s in 15 total late model appearances. I do want to comment as well on drivers and teams utilizing social media and things like YouTube to grow their fan bases and really better their situations. These are things I have talked about before over the last several years, advocating for more teams to get involved in this space, and watching them do these things while I've also done these things. This is an important thing for me. Had it not been for building their followings via social media, teams like Hunt the Front or Tanner Holmes or any of the other number of dirt racers using it would have never elevated beyond what their own situations could afford. The Joyners would still be racing locally in Florida and scrapping just to get to the track each week. Tanner Holmes would still be racing around Oregon and maybe making the scattered trip to California when his family could make it work. You would never know anything about them or Tim Nash and Old Number 7 Garage or Chase Holland or Billy Dietrich or Ryan Missler or insert your favorite dirt racing YouTuber here. And what's the criticism you hear towards these guys? The thing you always hear about this? Oh, it's just about the money. They're only doing it for the money. They're doing it for the attention and the money. Well, guess what, fam? Of course it's about the money. I thought we were all on the same page in understanding that racing is expensive and it's not getting cheaper. When you don't have a blank check available from a major backer, you have to find other ways if this is what you want to do. Building a social media following opens up all sorts of opportunities for these folks to secure funding for their programs. Nobody's just pocketing this cash and riding around in Rolls Royces. More fans means more t-shirt sales. More fans means more eyeballs on your team and potentially bigger sponsors. More t-shirt sales, more sponsors means you can buy better equipment. You can travel more often. You can race more often. You can have more success. Those are all things that all racers want. Race more, run better. That doesn't seem to me to be a difficult thing to understand. And if you're a fan, isn't that what you should be rooting for your favorite teams and drivers to be getting better, having success, advancing their careers? I'll let you in on another secret when it comes to racers that are creating content. It's an absolutely insane amount of work to do it. Capturing video, building out a piece of content with a story takes several hours for just maybe one 15 or 20 minute show. The sprint car build series that I did with Zach Hampton is a perfect example of this. It took Zach 13 hours to build that car and film everything with 2 cell phones. So by the end of it, we had effectively 26 hours worth of footage. On the low end of a guess, I have probably at least 3 times that in amount of time in editing and putting it all together. So if Zach spent 13 hours, I spent probably somewhere close to 40 hours on the low end. So for about 8.5 hours of video that you get to watch that's available on the DIRTRACKR YouTube channel right now, we have at least 50 hours in putting it together and probably a lot more than that. If you want to be a fan of a hard worker in racing, be a fan of a driver who's a content creator, because they are grinding their asses off to race, work on cars, shoot and edit video. One final point here. I'm not advocating for you to be a fan of any of these guys if you don't want to. I get it. Some people you just don't want to support. You don't like their vibe. You don't like how they race, whatever that reason is. But I don't know how you criticize the grind. Racers race, and this is just how they figured out how to make it work and get their cars to the racetrack. With the Short Track Super Series last night, Stewart Friesen went back-to-back, winning a rain-shortened feature at Accord Speedway. Friesen was out front when the rain came with 17 to go and was declared the winner, picking up $9,000. Rich Ricky Jr. and Matt Williamson were the rest of the podium finishers. Next up for the Short Track Super Series is a Tuesday night stop at Action Track USA in Pennsylvania. That's on May 21st. In some driver news with the Northeast Modifieds, Anthony Perrego revealed before action yesterday that he had departed the Brian Smith team and is instead competing this season with the Short Track Super Series North region in a car owned by Bob Henschel. This ended a run of 8 years together for Perrego and Smith. Perrego missed the feature last night. He ended up 6th in that third B main. Speaking of driver news, following the ASCS event at Red Dirt Raceway this past weekend, 2C Racing and driver Seth Bergman parted ways. Bergman drove the 2C through the first 2 ASCS races this season, replacing the injured Wayne Johnson. Johnson was hurt in the high limit show at Texas Motor Speedway, and in the aftermath, we found out that Johnson's driving career is likely finished. Bergman took the 2C to a win in the ASCS season opener and was second over the weekend to Terry Easom. He currently leads the ASCS National Tour standings. Bergman will be back in his own car going forward, and the 2C team said it will announce driver plans in the near future. The National Tour races again on May 31st at Rush County Speedway. And out west, sprint car driver Willie Croft will call it a career after Trophy Cup later this season. He had planned on racing full-time at Skagit Speedway this year, but is scaling back to help get his son's racing career going. Looks like his son Cole, has been doing some outlaw kart racing. Croft will run a handful of races, including at Skagit. He'll run Placerville with High Limit. He'll run the Gold Cup with the Outlaws at Stockton, Fall Nationals at Chico, and then end his career at Trophy Cup in October. Croft won Trophy Cup in 2014 and has won races in his career with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour, NARC King of the West, the Civil War Series, and a lot more. There is plenty of other stuff to listen to around the other dirt racing podcasts this week. Wing Nation has Brent Marks and Dusty Zomer. QuickTime has Jeremy Hewish. Hoagie's Garage has Andy Forsberg and Elijah Guile. Caution Free has Logan McCandless, and there are new episodes of The Dirt Reporters, Dirt Track Confessions, The Dirt Nerds, Dirt Tracks and Rib Racks, Turn 2 Terribles, Getting Up to Speed, The Hammer Lane, and The Drivers Project. There are a lot of dirt racing podcasts right now, and I love it. I like that this list just continues to get longer and longer, and that page over at DIRTRACKR.com just keeps getting bigger and bigger. To see all of the shows and all of their recent episodes, visit DIRTRACKR.com/podcasts. That's it for the Daily Show today. There are a couple of items on the streaming schedule, so make sure to hit up DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight if you would like to check out some of that stuff. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday out there. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.